Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of BeamNG. Today we're looking at a Lightning Inc. from Etremea import, the Concetion, a designed in 1974, produced in 1982, two-door sports coupe, weighing 1,949 pounds, rear-wheel drive, 5-gear manual. Sports a V8, 2-liter dual overhead cam, 4 valves, all aluminum lock, with 140 horsepower. And I've changed my weight to power ratio into a horsepower per ton. So being just under a ton, that's 149. Get an idea of what that looks like, as opposed to the old weight to horsepower. Larger is better rather than smaller being better. You can see a little bit of the comparison. Alright, and if you were looking, you noticed that the automation stake conquered the track in 2 minutes and 30 seconds with this car. Alright, here we go. Brake for the first turn. A little oversteer under power, but it not bad. There's a little bit of oversteer at medium speeds. Under power. Brake for this turn. On the gas again. And brake for this corner. Go. Come around, we'll floor it. A little squarely. Hit our banked turn. Apexed a little bit too early. And on to the downhill. See how she does on the high speed run. Alright, light turn. Careful of any oversteer that might exist. Let up off the gas to make it controllable. I think we'll do 175. Well, that worked out well. Second brake. Second half of the turn. Probably one of the cleaner exits out of that turn I've had. Brakes are pretty sufficient. Get through the chicane. Floor it. Now under max power, she slides a little bit on the back. That's normal with a large amount of power on a lightweight vehicle. See how she handles the... Yeah, I definitely didn't have to brake for that. Lamb's Hope. A little bit late on the brakes. That'll put us 15 to 20 seconds behind the Stig. And that's a new top for me. 244.970. Considering some of the cars that we have had with the amount of power they've had, this one came out very well. Alright, here we are on the handling course. reasonably well as long as you don't floor it on while turning. Get squarely like that. As I mentioned on the test circuit, it is very controllable. You don't want to get squarely like that as long as you don't get overly aggressive and you let up on the gas. It comes right back into control. I think the lightweight is an advantage. Accelerates cleanly and quickly. A bit slow on that corner. Handled very well. See how the large radius turn, or decreasing radius turn, rather. That's a little tighter here at the end. Just chipped the tires. Well, we come in at a 139, which puts us in third. It is behind the Carmine Premium LS and the Rossovy Piper. Ahead of the Warcheck LS and the Carmine Premium. Certainly seeing our fair share of high performance vehicles now. Alright, here we are on the uphill. Handles it okay under power. Set up for this one because cars tend to, well, the high performance cars get squirrely on that uphill. Hits that crest just as you're about to start that turn. Even though that's a gentle turn under power, the wheel just spin wildly out of control. Laying down a bit of rubber. Go on to the split turn. Oh, too much on that one. Making good time though. Easy to get past the gutter. Come up to the last easy turn, or hairpin before we hit the ice. Alrighty. Up on the gas some that she stops bouncing. Woo, sideways. Decent sized tires, and that's doing her well on the ice. There we go. Second, only to the Rossovy. And ahead of the C-Vein and the Carmine Premium LS. Alright, here we are on the downhill. Handling the ice alright. Easy for that turn. Brake just slightly for this one. We might have been able to coast through that. Down to almost 30 for this. needed unless we snapped the back end around, which I'm a little leery of doing that on the ice. Coast down the last icy section, and then we can get on the gas again. Round. We can finally floor it. Open it up. Hit the S turns. Have the brakes through it. Alrighty. Handling well. Put on the brakes. A little too late for that one. There we go. Have around this corner. Oh, a little too aggressive. Tires intact. And then not quite home stretch. Right. There we go. That's a first. Two minutes, 4 seconds ahead of the Rossify and the Carmine. Here we are on the city course. Handling so far has been very adequate. Tires are definitely big enough for the weight and power of the car. A little bit of throttle control exercised, and she did pretty well. Brakes are pretty good too. I don't seem to have any trouble steering left and right under heavy braking. And she stops in a fairly short time. At the downhill, that seemed to work out pretty well. First time I've done it quite like that. See if we can get past the curbs, onto the coastal, floor it. Floor it through the turn, which didn't get any sudden oversteer. Come up to the uphill. Take our left. Ooh, ooh. But that didn't damage the rear wheel. Past the car garage. Well, she is pulling slightly to the right, so I think we may have damaged the driver's side rear wheel. Past the cement factory. Pop that curb slightly. Straighten up. And there we have it. 208, which I think is amazing. And puts it second only to the Rossify. And ahead of the Carmine and the Sea Vein. Alright, here we are on the highway strip. I have a feeling the Concetion is going to do very well. Lightweight, has plenty of power. Grip doesn't matter as much, so I don't think she's going to be top of the game. But I'm going to hazard a guess and say she's going to come in under 16 seconds for the quarter, which we just saw, and I completely missed it because I was trying to guess. And And assuredly below 40 seconds for the total. I'm gonna say 37 seconds? No. We're close to 38. No, it's over 40. Top end is a little bit lacking then. Fifth is respectable though. Grandfather mode doesn't count. Rossovy and Carmine are ahead of her. Seavane and Balo behind her. That's a 17-second quarter mile. It's actually a bit slower than I was expecting. And a 42-second mile. That still makes her our new leader by 2 seconds. If I redid the automation circuit and downhills with the Rossovy would probably still be the crown. She'd shave off a few seconds. Those were bad runs. Concetion, though, is an easier car to drive by a significant margin. Absolute pleasure. Nice amount of power all throughout the power band. Well done, Lightning. Our second contender today, designed in 1986, produced in 1993, is the Etremea LXR from Dragon Premium Motors of Deluha. A gas tank? Oh, because it's a mid-mounted engine. The amount of work done to get the detailing look pretty nice on this one. A two-door sport coupe, 2,403 pounds in weight, rear-wheel drive, 5-gear manual. She sports the Wyvern V12 SCR4B engine. And that mid-mount, V12 stuck back there. And she produces 244 horsepower, or a horsepower to ton ratio of 203. The automation stake had her at 2 minutes and 21 seconds on the test track, which puts her about third, I believe, overall. See how she runs. These aren't vented brakes. Well, it sounds like a flat plane V12 to me. There we go. Come around the corner. Feels heavier. I think the tires are bigger though. At least more controllable with the mid-mounted engine. She's not as snappy as I thought she would be. A little concerned by the performance under braking. Seems to slide to the side a bit. That may be a little bit unstable as we go around the track. We'll find out. It does make it easier to get her around a turn. You just tap the brakes and the back end will move. But she's not sliding yet, so that's good. Downhill, we're getting up there in speed. Definitely has the top end. She's only in the 4th gear. Let up on the gas slightly. Yep, as we're losing traction. Oh, well, yep, I was afraid of that. That doesn't seem to be any significant damage. And didn't slow us down too much, so I'm going to stick with the run. Brakes might be a little bit underperforming. Just not big enough for something of her weight. Or I'm running into brake fade because the brakes are at a whopping 700 degrees. Ooh, pulled to the left. Damage might be to the brakes on the right rear wheel. Still applying power normally. See the ABS clicking over there on the lower left. Oh, a little too fast into that corner. Lamb's Hope. We just need to brake a little bit sooner than is natural for me. There we go. That's a new record for me. 2 in 1 episode. 2 minutes 42 seconds. 2 seconds ahead of the Concetion, and significantly ahead of the sea vein. All right, here we are in the Etremea on the handling core. Should be a little bit interesting. Yeah, she's a little bit of a pig in the short corners. Controllable. Has some inertia though. It takes her a little bit to set into the corner. Like what I mean is, as I'm turning, it's like she's still deciding on what angle she wants to take through the corner, whereas the Concetion, she instantly settled into the corner, whatever you set her at. That might also be a virtue of the mid-mounted engine. It does turn a tighter corner, but I don't think she can do it as at high a speed as the Concetion. Because I'm plowing understeer through these corners. I'm not using the mid-mounted engine to its full advantage by smart application of the brakes to get the back end to come around. That is definitely a slower, stable point in the turn than the Concetion. I think this should be behind the Concetion. Behind the Rossovie, ahead of the Carmine and the Concetion. By a significant margin, so the power played a role. 136, 233. As the mirror goes bouncing along the roadway. Alright, here we are on the uphill. A little bit squirrely. Controllable though. Around our first hairpin. Just wants to swing a little bit wide. But she handles the straights beautifully. Plenty of power to make the most of them. Alright, let's try the split turn. Ooh, too tight. Come up towards the S at the rock fall. Really what this is. The lower part of the S, upper part of the S, and then another S part of the S. Interested to see how she's going to handle the ice. Seems to do alright. Speed-wise. Corners, not so much. Alright, there we go. my minion. That's a new record for the uphill. 312. The Rosophy and the Concetion. Here we are on the downhill. Starts off well. Concerned about her ability to maintain the turn though. Doesn't slide too far astray. Bit around 40, that worked well. Drop it to 30. We'll slow down. Avoid the curb, the gutter. We're on to dry track, which is going to help a lot. Start the S's around the rock fall. I think are a little bit tighter in this direction. Oop, lost the side view mirror. Little Connex box. Woo, a little bit sideways. For it. You know what? She handles like she's an all-wheel drive vehicle, but she's not. Weird. Possibly a weird combination of her weight and mid-mount engine. It gets just right amount of balance. That's something I haven't really recorded on the sheet, is where the balance for these vehicles are. I do believe automation tells you. I think it was wise to brake there. Got the light post. And that is clearly a new record for the downhill. Here we are on the city course in the Etremea. A very impressive vehicle so far. Plenty of applicable power, controllable power, for the most part. She's been putting out some very impressive times, despite the fact that the Concetion feels like a better vehicle. The Etremea is a little bit soggy on the rear suspension though, and it's made this downhill section a little bit difficult. Like, you'll see how much the back end bounces around. Like, it takes a little bit to return. And so if you're not careful on these downhills, the back end bottoms out and then leaps back up into the air. It's pretty scary. Come around to the coastal road. Well, that's one improvement I could say, but maybe that's some key that makes her an amazing vehicle overall. Is a relatively loose suspension. Allows her to throw her weight around. It would certainly explain why on the handling course I was saying, oh, she takes a long time to set into the corner and decide how she's going to take it. And a loose rear suspension would do that. But something about it all comes together, and things that you would think might not be good for a vehicle to do a fast race time are working out really well. Ooh, exceeding 1,000 degrees on the front brakes. That was probably causing some brake fade. And not surprised to see her take first. Ahead of the Rosophy and the Concetion. Okay, here we are on the highway. Hit the strip. good up to first gear. Second at 86. Sub 16, that's a good indicator. Fourth gear at 112. Starting to struggle at the high end of her band. Could be due to wind resistance. And she shifts just before crossing the finish line. Taking fourth. Behind the Carmine, Rossovy. Oh, the Quadrismo doesn't count. Behind the Carmine and the Rossovy, she's third. Ahead of the other Carmine and the Concetion. So we have 15.717. I think that's a new record. Nope, not quite. The Rossovy has her beat at the quarter mile. And 0.37432. Putting her at third. Her overall, I suspect she will be a clear crown winner. And here we go. Oh yeah, clearly a new winner. By more than 20 seconds. Done very, very well. Being a little bit slow in handling course, which is not a surprise, and the overall highway strip, which is a little bit of a surprise, but doesn't have as much raw power as, say, the Carmine. And the Rossovy weighs 600 pounds less. This isn't entirely surprising. Alright. No run is complete without taking care of the evidence that we stole these cars from other countries and imported them. Find something a little bit different. Woo! Oh, yeah, that bottomed out the suspension. Sticking up through the hood and breaking the deforming algorithm. Woo! Alright, and we gotta get rid of both. So here's the Concetion. Oh, and got the wheel to fly off initially. Oh, and she lands on her wheels too. Oh, that one tire's going real far. Alas, such it is. For a last review, I will bring over the spreadsheet in case anybody wants to take a look at it and see how things shook out. But with that, I thank you for staying till the end. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Take care.